Hello and welcome to Conversations with Tia DMO. Today we have Ben Acquaye. Um, he teaches college students at Lakeland College and he's seeking the Alberta NDP nomination for Edmonton-South West. He joins us for a conversation as to why he's seeking this nomination. Hello, Ben. Thanks for joining us.
Hey T, a pleasure. Always nice to talk to you, T.
Absolutely, Ben. So I'm just wondering, why are you eager to defeat Mr. Minister Madu?
Well, it's not about the personality, it's about a bigger cause. It really is about making sure that Alberta and Albertans would get good quality leadership, and it will be good quality leadership under the leadership of Rachel Notley. And I am keen to help bring that to come to pass. As for the honorable minister, I I have nothing against him as a person. I have disagreements with the government of which he is a member, but as a person, I have nothing against the man.
Okay, now there are four other candidates running in this riding, and I'm just
Is it
wondering.
four or is it three?
Okay, with you making four, so altogether four. Beg your pardon.
That's all
Um,
right. T.
so could you tell us a little bit about you? I'm looking for unique qualities that stands you out. Or that distinguishes you from your immediate opposition. I don't know if that's the right word.
Well, it's all friends. It's all friends and acquaintances. T. Um, I I am very excited to be part of this because I bring a unique set of skills. I have on the things that matters to our veterans today, education and healthcare. They take a chunk of our provincial budget, and they also affect the most people. My background is in education and business. I teach, as you said in the introduction, and I am extremely keen to see this draft curriculum go away so we could do a proper work on getting a good quality draft curriculum for our children in school. My passion in education is one of my key drivers. And I think my experience in the classroom, my experience outside the classroom, puts me in a good stead to make some really strong and effective contributions. My experiences in business mean that I have a slightly stronger understanding of things happening in the economy and the implications of certain decisions and policies. Everyone in this race is lovely and is kind, and we are not going to argue over who is the nicest person. But I believe that, I have incredible skills in connecting with people and in reaching out to people from varying backgrounds. This is partially because I've had the pleasure of living and working in multiple countries on different continents. So I bring that background of adapting rather quickly to changes. And I think that would put me in a good stead to do a very decent job. So overall, I think my experience, knowledge, and training in education and business and economics, my familiarity with the issues that affect regular Albertans, and especially folks right here in Edmonton, Southwest. I think these things, with my strong communication skills, should give me an edge and should make me an effective person if I'm so privileged to become the nominee.
Very well said, Ben. I was just wondering, a couple of years ago you were with the UCP, and then if someone says you flip flop, how would you respond to that? Are you with the NDP now to stay?
Absolutely. The NDP had a thorough look at my don't worry, it's okay. At my background and thoroughly vetted and discovered that look, the things this guy is passionate about aligns with the things we care about. And I'm excited for that. I have a lot of volunteer hours under my belt. And I like the fact that one gets to be assessed based on a whole lifetime of work and not based on one association at some point in time. And that is really exciting to see.
So what you're saying in a nutshell is you're sticking with Miss Notley.
I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about the leadership I have seen in short quarters, and I'm just thrilled to have the opportunity to contribute to what would really be an opportunity to help Albertans with good research informed policies and decision making without any drama.
In a nutshell, could you tell us what are the key components of your platform?
My background informs that like I said earlier, I am extremely keen on education. That is at the heart of what I do. I've been in the classroom for probably a couple of decades at this point, and I care so passionately about helping young people and making sure we put in a good quality curriculum. I care deeply about post-secondary education. I teach at a college, and it is extremely important for me that post-secondary is more accessible to people, that post-secondary is now increasingly more expensive. Because when that happens, what you do is you are denying a lot of people the chance to move up the social ladder. And that affects generations of people. We know that in the Scandinavian countries and in Germany, increasingly education is being made more accessible by reducing the cost. Sometimes it's even free. And we are heading in the other direction. And I am passionate about that. Of course, I think attacking healthcare workers, whom we have called heroes over the pandemic, which is still around, I think attacking them is a, why would you do that?
Over the
I
pandemic,
object
which is still around.
very strongly to that. I had a bit of an echo there, but that's okay.
No, it's just playing this on a different device. So I was looking at a photo where there are five different things: stop attacking healthcare workers, restore funding to Alberta post-secondary schools, scrap the new curriculum, end the war room. What are your issues concerning the curriculum exactly, and what is the problem behind the war room?
You
Because
know,
okay, I'll just let you. Yeah.
it was William Butler Yeats. It's okay, T. It's William Butler Yeats who said, education is not the filling of the pail, but the lighting of the fire. The reason why First Nations communities, parents, teachers, and the overwhelming majority of Albertans have spoken out against this K to 6 curriculum is because it's completely misdirected at the heart of it. I mean, we all know a good chunk of it was just copied from Wikipedia, and we know that the focus is on getting kids to just memorize information, and that is just extremely misguided. I care about kids developing critical thinking skills. I care about kids not being prepared just for a current market, but kids being prepared in the fall, being prepared to understand a lot more about why things are the way they are, not just what is happening. And I think the criticism for this curriculum is right and proper. And perhaps if the government would release the results of the Have Your Say surveys, you would discover that the criticism is severe. And it's because when you mess with education, you are messing with a lot of people's futures, and people don't like that.
You're very passionate about education, and rightly so, because you're a teacher and you've been teaching for a very long time. And I wanted to ask you, I know in this province that politics has become very partisan. There's a UCP and the NDP, and things get really muddy and can get very dirty. What are you going to do to bring maturity to a very polarized race? In this small caucus, as we're looking to get one candidate nominated, and then obviously when you get the nomination, the next step, what are you going to do to bring a level of civility and maturity to the race?
That's a beautiful question. You know, I believe in leading by example. Personally, I'm not a fan of attacking people for who they are. It's not a smart thing. People want to know what policies you have. People want to know what informs those policies and whether you have thought about the short, the medium, and the long term cost and benefits of these policies you are advocating. And I think it starts with the tone. I care very passionately about the issues that I have outlined. And I think for someone like me, if I stay positive, if I speak about Rachel Notley's leadership skills and her record in achieving, I think that that is helpful. There is no need to attack people individually. Look, Casey Madu is a Nigerian originally. I'm also Ghanaian. We go back and forth about jollof rice and jollof wars. And I mean, you have Nigerian connections yourself. I mean, at the heart of it, there is no need to accentuate negative stuff. I think it puts people off. I think people are more excited by the promise you bring. People are more excited by the opportunity to do something good. And I want to accentuate that part. As for personal attacks, that's not my thing. I believe in talking about policies, and you mentioned in the second half of that question about the war room. The idea that we are spending $30 million a year to highlight the good things about the very important oil and gas sector, it's not a smart move. This is just one of the small, one of the long list of just awful financial decision making that this government has engaged in. But I think it's important to outline why these things are wrong, because it's just not delivering for us. There's no transparency in what the war room is doing. And if the government was really convinced about the quality of the work it was doing, it would publish and show us what is happening within the war room. I know that this is one of the first things I'm going to campaign against if I'm given the opportunity to represent folks from Edmonton South West.
Thank you, Ben. When you go door knocking, what are the people of Edmonton Southwest telling you that are their key issues? What are you hearing from the
There
people?
are, it depends on which communities you go to. If you go to Edgemont, folks care so much about, the absence of a new K to 9 school. And at this point, the conversations, things are not progressing because the land is just not available at the moment. So there should be more conversations to find the land. In other communities, it's about when is that Southwest Hospital coming on stream. And I am excited that Rachel Notley has already committed to delivering on a hospital for us here in Edmonton Southwest. So that should be something that would excite people. Another thing that a lot of folks care about is the rising cost of post-secondary, especially for racialized Canadians, first, second generation Canadians. Every increase in post-secondary is really hard on families because it affects the choices people make. And for racialized Canadians especially, education is the single biggest difference maker when it comes to upward social mobility. And they do stress that, Ben, something's got to be done about the increasing cost of post-secondary. And across the board, without fail, everybody mentions the rising cost of utilities. Did you look at your bill last month? The rising cost of all utilities and insurance. My goodness, what what is happening? It's just really bad governance and bad policy choices. And the fact that Rachel Notley delivered when she was premier is enough to let people know that that track record is there. And I'm ever so keen to have the opportunity to work with Rachel Notley and to deliver for folks right here in Edmonton-South West and across the province.
All right, Ben, I've gone through your paperwork, been on your website. What is your slogan? That I didn't catch that. Why should the people okay, why should the people who get the $10 membership vote choose you out of the other contestants? What's your slogan?
They should choose me because I am incredibly informed and experienced about the issues. They should choose me because I care about delivering and I have a good record of working within the community and supporting young people especially. They should vote for me because in me they have someone who would seek to achieve consensus and wouldn't just go labeling people and getting into unnecessary fights. I'm sure you've seen the timeline of the honorable minister, and it's a little bit spicy. I don't share that approach to talking about your political opponents. And in me, they would have someone who cares about the tone one uses, and someone who is passionate about researched, informed decision making. It's not just because I've spent a lot of time in school. It's because I care about good quality policy making. It's a bit old fashioned, but that's my jam.
Should you win this nomination, Ben, do you feel that you're ready to defeat Minister Casey Madu?
Oh my word. It would be an absolute joy to sit across the table and debate the honorable minister. I mean, it'll be a good old Ghana Nigeria battle. And I know the last one
Jollof rice
did
war.
I know the last one didn't go the Nigerians way, and I intend to keep it that way. No, but it would be a huge focus on policy. It would not be about all the other side issues. It will be just focused, laser focused on policy choices, implications, and just laying the issues out so residents get to see the very clear differences between the parties. And as for the honorable minister, you know what? I have nothing against him. He is a role model for a lot of Black children, and that is a good thing. He's broken glass ceilings, that has to be acknowledged. But what is really important here is the policies and those policies that he has supported, which unfortunately have not helped us significantly. And that is where I would be focusing.
Ben, I'm going to give you 30 minutes. We've come to the end now. 30 seconds to
I was excited when you
rally,
said 30
30,
minutes.
30 seconds to rally your thoughts together. Sorry, to get your thoughts together and then rally the people of Edmonton Southwest to your corner.
Here we go. Folks, in these upcoming elections, we have the opportunity to show what good leadership looks like, the opportunity to focus on policies and not be distracted by any unnecessary drama. We have a duty to improve the tone that we use when we communicate. We have a duty to show that our homework, to show how our policies will affect regular people. That is why I talk about good jobs, good schools, public health care, and people. This really is what I have spent my working life on, and it will be a privilege, a huge privilege to have the opportunity to represent folks from Edmonton-South West, a community my wife and children have called home for the past 10 years.
Thank you very much, Ben. Jerry Freckleton has just left a message here. Why there are not many Black MLAs in the Alberta legislature? I'm not quite sure this is the forum to answer
No,
that question.
it's a fair question
It is
because I
we're
think
going to
from
have
my
to.
research,
All right.
throughout the history of the province, there have been less, you can count the number of Black MLAs. I think it used to be one hand. Perhaps now I think you can just about count it on two hands. And it's a combination of inadequate support. It's a combination of folks sometimes not stepping up and not getting the support. But, with your help, Jerry, we can change that so that David Shepherd is not the only one carrying the load. You can help me help change that. And I want to thank you very much for that question. But it's not just about what a candidate looks like, it's about what a candidate brings to the table. And I have a passion for the issues that matter to Albertans. My students don't really care about what I look like. They care what quality of education they are getting. They care what experiences they are getting. They care how I help them to develop their skills and how I cheer them on to success. And so when people look at me, yes, they see my background, but they care what values I believe in. And they care what my experience is and what I am bringing to the table. And I think that makes me a good candidate who is Black.
And with that, it's a convenient place to rest the conversation for now. You're Ben Acquaye, and you're seeking the Alberta NDP nomination for Edmonton Southwest. I want to say thank you so much for giving us some of your time on this Friday afternoon. I wish you all the best in the nomination process. I'm gonna end the broadcast, and then I've got a
T,
question
thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you so very kindly. It's been wonderful talking to you.
You're
And
welcome.
I hope we get a chance to talk again.
Well, you stay right there. I'm going to end the broadcast, and